Recently, the Callahan County Commissioners voted unanimously to designate Callahan County as a Second Amendment sanctuary county. The commission... The commissioners first reviewed a resolution that says they would support any decisions made by the sheriff to not enforce any unconstitutional firearms restrictions against any citizen. Here's the question. Do you favor the Second Amendment sanctuary designation? And would you refuse to enforce any unconstitutional firearm restrictions against the citizens of Callahan County? Starting with you, Mr. Foley.
Well, I don't really care for the word sanctuary, but I understand what they're trying to say. You know, but in reality, the commissioners can't tell me to do jack. I mean, that's the truth. If somebody calls me and tells me to come pick up somebody's guns, I could just say no, which I will say no, whether the commissioners want it or not. I don't need a sanctuary city. I'm the sheriff of Callahan County, and nobody's going to take your guns, period.
Well, me and the sheriff are the one that got that voted in for our county not too long ago. Number 14, I believe so. I'll tell you right now, I'm the biggest Second Amendment person you'll ever see in your life. If somebody's coming after my guns, I'll deputize everybody in this dadgum county. We're keeping our guns.
Number 9 is, what do you think is the most positive aspect of Callahan County, and how would your being elected sheriff add to this attribute? Mr. Joward.
Callahan County is great. I've lived here for 40 years. I love Callahan County. There's, just right here, this is a great little town. I love it. I'm down here every day, eat the Senior Citizens Club. Not just here recently, but I've been doing it for a long time. I go to every one of them. I love this county. It's great. I would rather be here than anywhere. I promise you that. This is a great county, and it's my county. And I've been here for that long, and I love it, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to do the best that I can for this county.
Thank you.
I wouldn't even be up here if it wasn't for the people of this county. I mean, that's the honest truth. The people of this county have been so good to me. It's ever since I came here in 2007, and me and my wife were bringing a camper. We had bought some acreage just north of Abilene, and it was raw land, and we were going to put a camper on it. This is Christmas Eve, and we were driving down 283, and we got a flat on this piece of junk camper. We didn't have a spare, no jack, nothing. And I don't even know the guy's name, but the guy came by and stopped behind me and got out, asked me if I needed a hand, and jacked up my trailer, and took the tire off, took the tire to town, put a tire on it, and brought it back, and put it on. And when he was done, I said, "What do I owe you?" He said, "Merry Christmas."
Yeah.
That's the kind of people in this county, and that's the kind of people I want to protect. God bless y'all.
Mr. Jowers, what skills or attributes or what have you separate you from Mr. Foley?
Well, Mr. Foley has 8 years of being a police officer. I've got just about 8 years of being a chief deputy. Not counting 3 years as a sergeant, not counting on patrol before that, not counting going back to Taylor County, where I was a sergeant there, a deputy there, where I have, our jail is very important. Very important, and it takes a lot to keep it running. I'm a master jailer. I've just about have my master peace officer license, very close. But I supervised over 500 inmates at one time with 40 correction officers and deputies. So I have a lot of experience, over 20-something years in corrections and law enforcement. I have a lot of experience out here. Most of it is out here and at the jail. Like I said, our jail is very important. It is hard to run. And if it wasn't for the people that we have right now and the training that they've done, that jail would not be open. That jail is the oldest jail in Texas. right now, working jail. And it looks good, it's running good, and it's because of the people that we have right now. It's not just because of me and my master jailer's license, it's because of the people we have. Our jail administrator, our dispatch supervisor, our sergeants in there, they do a great job. Take a couple of them away and your jail will go down, I'll tell you. And you can't find people like that out there. You can't.
Thank you.
Well, they done such a great job that they shut the jail down 3 years ago. And then didn't know how to open it up. It took our chief of police to go down there and tell the people how it's supposed to be ran. Our chief of police went down there with the knowledge, the education to get the jail back up and running. Our sheriff didn't do anything. He just went back and let the commissioners close the jail. Because they don't know what kind of power they have. They don't know that they can stand up and say no. It's education. I have a degree in law. I didn't just go to the academy. I went to school for 4 years. I've been a cop here in this county for 8 years. Not a chief deputy. I've been a patrol officer, an investigator. I've worked the county. I'm ready to be sheriff. I'm ready to control the budget. I'm ready to set patrol routes. I'm ready to make people do what they're supposed to do. No, I'm not cop trained. I'm military trained. I don't know why people think that's such a bad thing. I'm on time, like all military people are. I'm respectful, like all military people are. You know what I mean? I train well. I take pride in myself and my unit. There's nothing wrong with military. It's a good thing. We all smile when we see soldiers on TV. Why we don't stand up here acting like so ugly? There's nothing wrong with people being professional. It's a good thing. When you see somebody show up and they look like they know what they're doing, they talk like they know what they're doing, you have confidence in them. I want to breed confidence in those people. I want to teach them how to be real police officers. Not just know the law, but know people, understand people. Not every law applies to every situation. You got to be able to read people and know what's going to work best for them. Going to jail is not always best. Sometimes all you need to do is talk to somebody. These are the kind of cops, the deputies that I'm going to give you. Ones that are educated, know how to talk to people, speak to people, de-escalate situations, not let them get out of control. Stop at the schools, walk through the schools, get out of that car, walk the neighborhood, talk to people. You should know who those deputies are. You should know their names. They should know your names. Why don't we ask more from the sheriff's office? Why don't we just accept what they say? I have proof behind everything I say.
That's time, Mr. Foley. Thank you. We're down to our last few questions, but our next one is, in your first 6 months, what does your stint as sheriff looks like? Relationships with current staff, implementations, what do you do first 6 months? Mr. Jowers.
I'm not going to do nothing. We're already doing it. We have a great team, great deputies. People know who our deputies are. We're friendly. We've always been friendly. We're going to wear our cowboy hats and our cowboy boots, and we're going to act like deputies. And that's what we do. We love this community. I mean, we're everywhere. It's hard. I mean, we've only got 5 deputies, but we make it work. We have to. You know, I don't want to go out and get 3 more deputies and have 2 sitting down doing nothing. We're going to work. The sheriff, I'm going to work. As a sheriff, I'm going to work and continue working. I'm not a politician. I'm not. I'm a worker. And when I was born, you know, my name wasn't Sheriff Jowers, it was Rick Jowers. You know, I'm not going to get up here and act. I'm not power hungry. I'm just, like I said, I'm a worker. I'm going to work for you and do what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm going to keep doing like we are right now. Not going to change nothing. There might be a couple little changes that I'm going to do, you know, but I'm going to work with that budget, try to get a little bit more money if we can to get some things that we need, you know. But other than that, I'm just going to keep going like it's going.
Thank you.
The first 6 months, if I had things my way, there would be an SRO at every school. We'd have 8 deputies, 2 on all the time. We'd have set patrol routes. And I can come in and just monitor those patrol routes and go around and talk to people and make sure everything's being done. And that's the perfect situation. But standing up here and saying that I'm doing everything right, everything's perfect, everything's good, I don't need to change anything, I don't know anybody can say that about anything.
They don't change.
You can't call yourself progressive in law enforcement if you think you're doing everything right. There's got to be a better way to do it. Got to be a cheaper way, a smarter way. I mean, to stand up here and say, my world's perfect, when we all know that it's not. I mean, what kind of person are you dealing with here? One that thinks that he's got it done? Doesn't need any help? Got it all sewed up? Well, the stats don't show that, so I need some help. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you the help you need. I'm here to train those deputies the right way. I'm here to talk to those commissioners and convince them what we need. Not just ask them, but convince them that we need these things. There's ways to talk to people, and there's ways to get that money, and there's ways to get those people. It doesn't have to cost you.
I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about this next question, just in case you needed some time. But I want each of you to think about what is one thing about your opponent that you see as a great strength in your opponent. I'm going to give you a minute to think. I can't tell if they're ready or not. Okay, Mr. Foley, we'll begin with you.
Something I admire about Rick, his stamina. I mean, Rick is a hard worker. He's out there all the time, and he's always going. And that's to be admired. I mean, he's got a lot of stamina. He's out there with his guys, and that's an admirable quality. So.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you. I am a hard worker. I like to work hard. Leroy's a great guy. He really is. He's military like me. We were both airborne rangers. Well, I don't know if he's airborne. Were you airborne? Okay. We're both airborne rangers in the military. I love that about him. You know, I think he needs some more experience to take this job on, but he is a great guy. You know, I just wish he'd wear some cowboy boots and that's what we do around here.
Okay, gentlemen, we're coming towards the end of the debate, and we're going to end with you just having a 3-minute session to let everyone in the room, if you have one last chance to tell them whatever it is you want to tell them, whether it's what you want them to know about you or what you want them to vote on or what you feel like the most important issues, whatever it is. You've got your last comment in a 3-minute time period to use any way you want. So Mr. Jowers, we'll start with you.
Oh, you know, you're looking at a lot of experience right here, and that's what my opponent's lacking. I'm going to tell y'all, every day when I get off work, all day long and all night, I go home, I park my car 2 blocks, my unit, 2 blocks from the county jail. I go in, I take off my boots, and I put my hat up on the rack, and I lay my head in Callahan County. That's where I'm from. That's what I'm all about. And I'll wake up that next morning, and I'll do the same thing again, just like I have been doing. And I will continue to do that. I have not lived here for 6 months. I've lived here for 40 years. This is my county. It's where I'm from. That's what I'm all about. Thank you.
Well, I spent 11 years in the Army as a sniper. I'm not really worried about my tactical experience. But as far as what I'm going to do for the county, I I've been in leadership long enough to know that I don't know squat. And there's a lot of people in this county that do. There's a lot of prominent people that have been around a long time. And in my opinion, putting an advisory board together in this county of prominent people that I can bring those big problems to, like this jail problem, and we can all sit down and discuss it as a community. What's best? I can tell you what's going on in the sheriff's office and what our issues are. You can tell me what your issues are, and together we'll solve that problem. It doesn't make any difference what the problem is. Together we can solve it. I'll empower people to help me, and I'll listen. I'll listen to you, what their problems are. When you tell me that the call time isn't short enough, well, I'll take that to the commissioners. You tell me what you need, and I'll work with you. You work with me, I'll work with you. Together we'll make a stronger community.
And that concludes our debate for the night. I appreciate your time, your answers, your insight, and you can spend time shaking hands and greeting people and getting to know everyone. Thank you, guys.